Yo, YouTube, what's up with your boy? Sports and Fitness Rants. I'm back, guys. Click that like button. Subscribe to my channel. Ladies and gentlemen, on my channel, I'm always telling you guys, live an active lifestyle, make smart nutritional choices. Move more and sit less. Right? Fight against the laziness. It's not about perfection, but about consistency. It's not about what you look like in the mirror, but about how you feel. And I've talked to you guys on this channel about people and their overuse of equipment. When they're in the gym, when they're exercising, whatever they're doing, their overuse of equipment, guys. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about things like this: wrist straps, wrist wraps, gloves. Just knee wraps, belts. Elbow wraps. Sometimes you see people in the gym and their whole body's wrapped up. Like I said, knees, elbows, wrists. It's just insane. They got a belt on. And I get it, man, right? Some of these things make us feel more comfortable. Some of this stuff actually helps us to lift more weight. But the problem is that a lot of times people become dependent on their equipment. And I've told you guys on this channel that you should be exercising and training for life, to be better at everyday life activities. Whatever it is, it could be something simple, guys. Like I said, just walking up a flight of stairs. You want to be able to be okay doing this. A lot of people, they walk up a flight of stairs and they're breathing heavy. You can hear them breathing. So like I said, simple things we want to be able to do. That's what your training should, mimic. That's what it should help you with. It shouldn't help you to, lift more weight necessarily, because like I said, once you get to a certain level of strength, how strong is strong enough, right? People all want to get stronger. They just keep going for strength. But once again, that's not fitness, ladies and gentlemen. Being strong is being strong. It's not necessarily being fit. So when we talk about all these kinds of things, and I'm talking to you guys, about the equipment that people use, don't rely on this stuff so much, because in the real world, you can't always go and get your lifting gloves. In the real world, you can't always get your lifting belt, your wrist wraps, or your knee sleeves. You can't always get this stuff. You can't get your special lifting shoes, right? So in a nice controlled environment in the gym, maybe in your home, wherever you are, you can get those things. You have time to do all this stuff. But if you constantly are training, wearing gloves, wearing knee wraps and belts, you become dependent. You rely on this equipment. So you're not really as strong as you think you are. And once again, your body is not being helped because you're being assisted by this equipment. And that's all it is. So yes, every once in a while, if you want to test your strength out or test yourself on a lift or something like that, and you want to put the knee sleeves on or the wrist wraps and get the belt on, by all means, ladies and gentlemen, to have at it, test yourself. But do not use this stuff regularly. You shouldn't really be using any of this stuff at all. Like I said, I usually would use chalk in the gym. Like, that's what I would go to in the gym. I would use chalk more often than not. Didn't really wear gloves or any of these kinds of things, but I would go with the chalk on the hands. Sometimes chalk can get kind of messy. Some gyms don't allow chalk. I get all of that. But stay away from the equipment. Don't overuse. Don't rely on this stuff. Because like I said, in a real world scenario, in our everyday lives, we just can't go and run and get our lifting gloves or our belt and, like I said, our special shoes on. That's not how the real world works, guys. That's not how life works. That's why I tell you guys oftentimes why I like lifting rocks up and using rocks a lot, because there's no handles on rocks. There's nothing easy for you to grip onto, because in life, everything's not going to have a handle or something for us to grab onto that makes it simple. So you have to train your body in different ways to be prepared for things that you never know you're going to have to be prepared for. And using all this equipment all the time is not going to help you, ladies and gentlemen. So remember, you don't need all this stuff. If you want to use it, then utilize it. It's a tool that you can have, you know what I'm saying? But at the same time, this not should be something you should be relying on, right? Use your hands. Let your body naturally feel the weights. Let your body naturally go through the motions without having the assistance of a belt or the assistance of, like I said, special shoes or wraps or other stuff. Now, once again, I'm not a doctor. If you have an issue, there's something wrong with you, and you need to wear this stuff for medical reasons, by all means, ladies and gentlemen, then you should be doing this. But if you're healthy, you're able-bodied, don't rely on this equipment to help you. It's an assistance. That's all it is, guys. It's not helping you become as strong as you possibly can be.